Hey, what's up everyone? Super excited to be part of this year's agency summit and be among my peers talking about marketing. And there is an awesome lineup this year, and most definitely it's great to connect with everyone. And hey, let me tell you a little about myself. So I started an agency back in 2004 called J29 Global, back in a town called Springfield, Missouri. At the time, there was no social media. All it was really a web development firm. And my background was a software engineer and who experienced a layoff, so started an agency. And at the time, back then, we worked with a lot of attorneys because they had documents where it was just paper documents. We moved these paper documents into servers where people can just search for cases and different things like that. So that was my first startup. And from that startup, I opened up a restaurant bar and done other things, went back into the corporate world, was a corporate marketing director, and had my experience with social media from everything from MySpace all the way to what it is today. So today, I own J29 Creative Group, and we're going on to our 8th year, and we're a full stack digital marketing agency here in Kansas City. We have a portfolio of clients both local and globally. So we have an office here as well as an office in Cebu, Philippines. So super exciting, love my team and the people I work with day in and day out. But today, we're going to talk about how do you keep your agency relevant? Because you and I both know marketing is ever changing by the second. So staying relevant as an agency has always been a challenge for a lot of agency owners. Oftentimes, we end up with an agency by accident. We might be helping some clients with social media or creating a logo or building a website, and voila, this can be a business. And we start doing it ourselves as an independent freelancer or a consultant. And one thing to another leads to another, and it just grows, and it becomes this agency. But one of the challenges is, a lot of times we don't go in with a brand. And being relevant, my first point is, you must build brand. You've invested so much time, energy, and resources in your social media. But what happens when your social media channels are no longer available? What happens when it's gone? Remember, marketing has never changed. It's just the vehicles change. There was times when TV was super popular. Remember the days of radio? And how about print? Just remember, focus on things that last. Just take a look at all the brands out there that last through the ages. They did not focus on the vehicles that got them there, but they focused on building a brand worth following. Put your resources in investing in relationships. And remember, marketing is all about showcasing who you are and help your customers identify with you. Too many people get caught up with focusing on sales, lead generation, or trends. But when you're an agency that wants to be top of mind for your audience, you have to focus on your brand. One of the things we did at J29 Creative Group is, for the last 7 years, our brand hasn't changed. Our logo, our color stayed the same. Our message is consistent. That's so important because building brand, you and I know, and marketing takes time. Starbucks, Nike wasn't what it is today overnight. It took years of the same message, telling the same stories. So as an agency, oftentimes we get so caught up in client work, we get so busy, we put brand on the wayside. And what I recommend is put brand first, even when you're starting out. Think about your why, your purpose. Be intentional in everything that you do. Know your messaging. What story do you want to tell to your audience? How are you going to connect with them? Think about every aspect of your brand and stay tight to your brand. Stay true to your brand. Because as a brand, that's going to maintain relevance no matter how the industry change. So that's my first point, is building brand. Ask yourself, do you have a strong brand? Number two, my second point is, no matter what business you're in, we're in the people business. In this digital marketing age, there's so much noise, but there's one element that's never changed, and it's the human element. When it comes to today's brands, we don't want to just live in the past. We don't want to just be present, but we want to be prepared for the future. Marketing has never changed. It's always been the same. It's all about winning attention and connecting, because as humans, we are designed for relationships. We're designed to connect. We're designed to be authentic and to engage. So are you engaging with your audience? And it's more important than ever for you to understand, as an organization, as a personal brand, how do you have that genuine voice to speak to the right audience and to connect? Because that's what these social platforms are for. It's time to have that authentic voice and be ready to build relationships. It's all about people. It's being able to connect. It's being relatable. It's being transparent and authentic. You have to build a business that's not only about you or me. It has to be about your team. It has to be about your clients. And you have to be passionate about people. You have to truly care. Being authentic is putting yourself out there, but also putting your business out there. So how are you going to build community? Building community requires nurturing. It requires engagement. It requires connecting. Can your agency connect with your audience? And that takes work. That takes not only storytelling, but truly engaging in a way that is different. It's meeting people where they're at. So remember, it's all about people. And that's why we're here today. And Agorapulse has done a great job in regards to building a strong community. And that's why we're here. Look at this agency summit and all the people that are here to speak, to teach, and do these workshops. Agorapulse is able to connect agency owners and bring us together. You need to do the same with your agency. It's not just about social media posting. It's not just about running ads or sales. It's about, are you able to meet your clients and your community where they're at? And at the same time, be able to truly serve your staff members, your contractors, your employees, and putting them first. Because when you take care of people, the rest will truly follow. And you will be remembered as an agency Over time, year after year, people will remember who you are and what you're about. And my third point, remember, as an agency, you have to embrace change.
I think transformation really is just another word for growth. That means that it just doesn't happen overnight. I think we're always constantly transforming based on our experiences, based on our interactions. And I think to truly transform the way that you want to transform, you've got to be open and willing and understanding, hey, I know nothing. I can always learn more. I can always meet new people. I can always learn experiences. Someone else, every single person I've ever met, they all have different perspectives. And I think you can learn from that.
I wasn't where I wanted to be in life, and I just took that moment to take a step back and just kind of work on me, and through that came transformation. And I think it's not just a one-time thing. I think it's important to constantly be doing that, constantly be seeing how you can better yourself.
In such a fast-changing world, I think it's really important to be able to transform, and I think the most important thing to be able to transform is to be self-aware and be open to criticism. How are you supposed to actually change without realizing what's going on in your life and your work?
I think with any sort of transformation to happen, it first has to be our realization that there's a need for change. Then it requires work, persistent, in order for change to happen. We're in a market where things are changing constantly. Today it might be TikTok, tomorrow it might be Clubhouse. We don't know what's tomorrow. You have to live in the moment, but at the same time, as an owner, you have to be able to accept that, hey, what I am doing may no longer be relevant. And I have to be able to listen. We have to listen to our peers. We have to listen to colleagues, our employees, our staff, and be open to the idea of changing. I mean, think about it. The pandemic has really changed our industry. And you see agencies that are struggling, and then agencies that they're just growing. They're just blowing it out of the waters because they're able to embrace and adapt. So my question to you, as an agency owner, are you able to adapt? Are you able to go, hey, what I'm doing right now is irrelevant? Remember, it's about solutions. You have to be able to solve people's problems. In our industry and marketing, there's so many people that have a problem that needs solved. Are you able to take them from point A to point B? Are you able to meet them where they're at? And embracing change could be also meeting them regards to pricing. Are you affordable? Are you bringing the value that you're asking these people to pay? These are questions you have to ask yourself. Remember, embrace change. It's okay. Who says you have to be cookie cutter? Who says that you have to be niche? I know there's a lot of consultants out there that tell agency owners, hey, you have to be niche. Because at the end of the day, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. It looks different for everybody. There is not a one-stop shop solution to how to succeed with your agency. As long as you bring value, you're able to solve a problem, you have a business model. And now what you do with that business model depends on the people behind it, the brand behind it. So just remember, staying relevant means meeting people where they're at and being able to embrace change. And my very last point here, having a digital marketing agency is hard. It's a tough business, and I feel you. Being able to put food on the table every day, it's not easy. You have so much competition out there. I mean, just this agency summit alone, we had 2,500 plus attendees. And majority of them do what you and I do. So how do you stand out? You stand out by being authentic. You stand out by being you. Because no one can replace who you are as an agency and the heart of the person that owns it. So it's about being authentic, it's about connecting, and it's also about collaboration. Don't look at everyone as competition, and work together and embrace each other's ideas, concepts, and that's how you stay relevant in an industry that's so irrelevant. So now that we talk about the high level aspect of these points, what about the technical aspects, right? And this might be what you guys been waiting for. So how do you build brand? Building brand could be, hey, being able to have a brand guy, being able to have a solid logo, but it's a lot more than that. Being able to build brand might be having an internal media team, being able to put yourself out there. And only you know who you are and what you're strong at, right? It might be copywriting. If that fits your agency better, then create evergreen blogs. Put out blogs that answer people's questions and create solutions for your product line. Talk about your expertise. That's another way to build brand. But one of the key things is, for sure, is being able to create content everywhere and tell your story. There are tools that can help with that, such as Agorapulse. You're able to schedule your posting and making sure that it goes out at a timely manner. Canva is great for creating graphics, and there's Spark and all these tools that can help you create graphics on the fly. Because building brand requires consistency. Now, when you talk about being in the people business, one of the key things is your staff. Do you have the ability to maintain a solid staff? Are they passionate about your brand and what you do? One thing I learned being an agency owner is, as soon as your contractors or the people that work for you loses the passion for your mission, it's time to cut them loose. Let them do their thing. You can't make everyone happy, and in order to move that ship from point A to point B, you have to be together. So there are tools for that as well. How do you communicate with your team in the digital world? There's Slack, there's Skype, there's Microsoft Teams, Google. Embrace these solutions. Use it. And when it comes to being people business, of course, you got to connect with your customers. I highly recommend, even starting out as a startup agency, have a CRM. One of the biggest mistakes I made, I think, when I first started J29 Creative Group is I focus on everything, but at the same time, I didn't want to spend the money or the budget on a CRM. But it's so important because a CRM allows you to nurture your customer base. It allows you to connect with them. It allows your sales team to also take notes and keeps it consistent, because it's the consistent touches that creates conversions and reminders that, hey, your agency is still around. So remember, when we're talking about people business, there are software out there that is designed to connect and do just that. And my last point was embracing change. So I've talked a lot about software. Well, I was a software engineer. So software is so important because it allows you to not only become more efficient, save time, but allow you to truly do your job better. There are now even AI tools that allow you to help write better content that connect directly with the right audience. So you have to research. So as an agency owner, one of my passion is taking the time, scheduling it in where there is a day where I just look at what's relevant in my industry. I do this once a week, even brainstorming with my team on ideas and concepts because they might know something that I don't. Read. Watch live shows. Watch what other people are doing. Stay tabs on your competition. Remember, embracing change is being able to accept that, hey, you don't know everything and there might be better ways to do things. So remember, there are software tools. Look at your analytics. Look at everything as a whole. Have a holistic approach to keeping your agency relevant. But at the same time, you have to pivot, you have to adapt, be agile, and be able to change quick. And that's one of the key things when it comes to keeping your agency relevant. I am so happy to be able to just talk to you guys during this breakout session. And thanks for attending my session. And hopefully I gave you some tips that you can take back to your agency and help you not only now, but help you stay relevant for tomorrow. Thank you.